different. Come up short, you left your fam. I lay on beaches and swerving whips. You ain't serving, you just an urban myth. Every day get flea, ride around Queens on a jet ski, it's me. Every day get...
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Breeze's Saints going up against Tannehill's Dolphins.
Thank you, Larry. It is a hot and humid afternoon as we get set for football in the southern part of the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And all that work, but he's... where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Brandon Coleman. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Coleman, 75 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Coming into the year, Brees, 465 touchdown passes. Add another one to the total.
You know, it's funny. I just talked with his college head coach, and he told me that when Drew was a sophomore at Purdue, they weren't sure he was truly the starter, even though he started the opening game. And he made a play early in that one where the coach got on the headset and told the rest of the staff, well, fellas, we found our quarterback. Now we got to make sure we find the rest of our team.
Brees hasn't looked back since. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. On first down, Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. He is, by the way, Jarvis Landry, the man who led the NFL in receptions this last year, 112 of them.
The only issue for him, because he did put it in the end zone 9 times, and people fear him as a running back after he catches the ball, he only averaged 8.8 yards per catch, and that's really down for him. Normally, he gets...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, 33 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams, but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
And all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 when he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's Breeze. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. They're all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 33 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. New Orleans offense working its way back out there. As we look at them ahead to 2018, as that wound to the end of 2017 continues to heal, Charles, they're going to have Kamara, Ingram, Thomas. If they have Breeze back at quarterback, this should be an excellent squad again.
It certainly should. And frankly, if the offensive line comes back healthy and intact, that's another big win for them, especially with their 2 tackles, Teron Armstead at left tackle.
There goes Mark Ingram, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, 81 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Miami's offense getting ready to come back out onto the field. Take a step back, Charles. You look at the Dolphins in 2017. Look, they were 10-6 in 2016. Many people thought, wow, here we go. 2017 high hopes. They limped to a 6-10 finish, however.
Yeah, and you use the word limped, and it started with the injury to Ryan Tannehill. His knee in preseason, in camp. And then they decided to bring in Jay Cutler. That didn't work the way they expected to work at the quarterback position. Jay Ajayi was a Pro Bowl, well over 1,000-yard runner the year before. The chemistry wasn't right. He gets traded to Philadelphia midseason. And Jarvis Landry, over 100 catches this year, but yards per catch, well below 10 yards. So when you add it all together, not what they expected on the offensive side of the ball.
Finding some room at midfield. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 65 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
On second down, Kamara. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Breeze now on first down. They go screen. This is Ingram. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Shotgun now for Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before, didn't even get to 1,000 yards, was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Tannehill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
On 4th down, Tannehill. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. A.J. Klein. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins, and about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. And it's 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Cameron Jordan able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. But Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Flushed out right. And he's got some space here. The ball comes out. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before half for Breeze. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Sorry, Larry. Your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. 30, past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, 79 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he is level. Knocked down hard right there around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
And past the 30 down to about the 27. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Man, These guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They'll look to run with Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Breeze. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Coleman, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Right back to Drake. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Parker. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18 in the red zone this time. On 1st down, Drake. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. And sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now running right through it. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Breeze now going up top. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Breeze got to have this one. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 35 that time. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Going for it all. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Breeze going to try and throw on third down. He finds Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 8 and a first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They run it again with Kamara. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal. They'll run here with Ingram into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out here in the I. Toss play, Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Josh Hill from 4 yards out, and the Saints are back within a score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 8 on the play. And that'll make it a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Tannehill going to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.